A transvestite is someone with both male and female body parts.
A transvestite is a human being. A human. A transvestite is a human. That's all we need to know, and that's all we need to care about.
A transvestite is someone who enjoys dressing up in women's clothing, but in addition to that also wants to do the makeup and the hair to make themselves as close as possible to have the appearance of a woman. I had an older sister and I used to borrow her clothes, and I was always fascinated by them for some reason. So that's when it started. And of course, you know, I was about 14 or whatever, and obviously didn't want anyone else to know. And that's where it stayed for years. When I got older, I bought stuff myself, usually through mail order, because again, I'd be too embarrassed to go into a shop to buy women's clothes. And in the privacy of my house or whatever, wherever I was, try them on and stuff like that. But it's only when my parents had died that I actually took the further step of going out in public and letting other people know that I like dressing up as a woman.
One part of the transvestites, I think they play a mask. They put on a mask to hide who they are, and another part is maybe to become more true to who they are.
With people realising about the gay situation now and whatever, I think they just get lumped into the same section. I don't really feel that people understand transvestites at all.
Well, in one sense it's had a huge impact in the sense that I've spent an absolute fortune on clothes. But having said that, if I hadn't spent, I mean, I should mention it, I should have mentioned at this point, I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder or whatever, manic depression, and I've no problem with it. I do have some sort of imbalance or whatever you want to call it, because there are periods when I'm very depressed and, you know, thinking about wanting to kill myself all the time, and then there have been periods when I've been very high. Sometimes when I'm doing the makeup, I kind of, you know, it makes me feel, well, I suppose sexually aroused to some extent, you know, but not, it's hard to put it into words. It's kind of, you feel, I suppose maybe women themselves, I don't know, because even though I like dressing, I've no pretense to think I know how a woman thinks or behaves or whatever, but I mean, I guess maybe when women are doing their makeup, that makes them feel sexy or whatever, so maybe it's a similar sort of thing. But that doesn't last. I mean, it's kind of a very transient thing. And then, again, because I'm not, you know, I guess when women go out and maybe they're, you know, looking at guys and whatever, and, you know, the way we men look at women, it makes me feel, I can get closer to women in the sense that you can talk to them more easily and they don't feel as threatened when you're dressed. So that appeals to me in itself, because as a man I'm hopeless with women. I always have been, and it's always been my wish to have a girlfriend, and that's one of the reasons I started dressing as I do when I'm Georgina, because if I had a girlfriend I'd like her to dress like I dress. But I don't think that's going to happen. Not in this lifetime anyway.
I've met a few myself, and I noticed that people were curious, like they didn't really know what was going on, and I think they confuse transvestite with transgender and all, you know.
I think a lot has improved, but the transvestite, I can assume they still get looked. I mean, when they pass by, people will still very much look like, that was a transvestite.
As I say, in rural areas, I think it's still an uphill struggle to try and convince people. But certainly in Dublin, I think it's quite, you know, accepted. I mean, so I'd say now that certainly any young person who's conversant with, you know, modern social media and all this stuff, they'd have absolutely no problem finding out about it. Older men, I guess, might still, you know, have a problem.
All the books I never read, all the words and phrases I never said. Is life as good as it's going to get? music playing loud in my ears. I am trying to evaporate all my fears. It's not getting any good until that clears. Today is the one day I have left in a whole new adventure and a whole new step that I'm taking to another direction. I wonder what it will be like. I am kinda excited, still I'm terrified. I'm standing at a new beginning. The future may be looking bright, still convincing myself of what is right. But time has never.
Once I made the decision to sort of come out in public or whatever, then like anyone that knows me, I don't have any problem letting people know that that's what I do, and then they can decide, you know, for themselves. And I think that is the ideal way to be, really. Say, not everyone is in a happy position to be able to do that, but I think definitely if you can be truthful with yourself and with others about it, then that's the best policy.